picture heading into Week 15, and who better to join me to
Dallas, Arizona, Philly, San Francisco, Dallas, and San Francisco, Philly. So that's New Orleans. Hope I didn't confuse you too much there. Carolina, much simpler. They get into playoffs with a win, Arizona loss, San Francisco loss, and Dallas loss, or a Philly loss. So basically, they need to win. They need an Arizona loss. They need a San Francisco loss, and then either Dallas or Philly loses. And then finally, in the NFC, is the 49ers. 49ers sitting there at 9-4. They get a playoff berth with a win, an Arizona loss, and then either a Dallas or Philly loss.
Dude, we need a download with a spreadsheet from you, or a Venn diagram of some sort. All right, of all the teams on the bubble for wild card spot, who do you think has the best chance of sneaking in? Let's say it that way.
Well, yeah, people kind of on the outside looking in right now. The closest on the AFC is probably Miami. Miami's at 7-6. Baltimore's at 7-6. Right now, Baltimore has the number 6 seed based on their head-to-head win over Miami. But simply for Miami, it would only take one Baltimore slip-up. Let's say they lose to Detroit this week. Miami obviously plays New England, trying to stay alive in the division with pretty slim hopes. But they could win out and then control their own destiny for that wild card seed if Baltimore gets one loss. So they're sitting in pretty good position. Also with Miami, they're at 6-3 in the conference, and Baltimore's 6-4. So even if they both slip up, let's say lose one game and they end up 9-7, let's say San Diego gets to 9-7, that three-way tie would negate the Baltimore head-to-head win over Miami. Miami would have a better conference record, and Miami would go in as a 6th seed in that case. So I like Miami's chances in the AFC. In the NFC, Green Bay is kind of an interesting thing. Now, that makes a lot of questions as to whether or not they play Aaron Rodgers or not. They're sitting there at 6-1. They have a game remaining against Chicago, who's now 7-6 after that win on Monday night. But if Detroit slips up once, then Green Bay controls its own destiny for the division title, because then they can win out, get to 9-6-1. They'd be half game better than Detroit, and they would beat Chicago in that last week. So I like Green Bay's chances, too, if they decide they're going to play Aaron Rodgers and if Detroit slips up a little bit.